So chai pakoda mausam in New Delhi at the moment, though we are joining in, it's New Delhi, but we are joining from different parts of Delhi NCR at the
Yeah.
moment.
of the country.
Noida, but lovely weather and some good cricket since morning. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure Shane was watching because
Yes.
he's been doing all updates. Huh?
Yeah, I was watching F1 from morning, then cricket, lots of stuff going on. Abhi evening mein
Ah.
football will be going on as well.
But Pakistan, yeah, their bowling attack. Yesterday only we were talking, huh? Once again, I was just seeing the entire match. Not a single no ball, not a single wide. Only 6 extras, I think. They were all leg buys or whatever. Amazing.
Today, today I chose not to sleep, so was
So you
following
saw.
the Asia Cup, the Women's Asia Cup, the Pakistan match against New Zealand, and yeah, uh, maybe that information that they received yesterday from the PCB chairman Ramiz Raja may have forced their bowlers to, you know, to do a bit better so that once Shaheen is back, so it's a difficult decision for them to, make way for somebody like Shaheen Shah.
Hmm.
Actually, there is now competition that Dahanito is not there. Uh,
Not there.
Haris Rauf is there. Wasim Junior bowled very well today. The fast bowlers are outstanding. Yeah, I think this is that team that no matter what total you give them, they'll defend it. I mean, we keep talking about the middle order. Yes, middle order doesn't score too many runs, but I think they have the bowling to defend anything. Outstanding bowling. Even Shaba there with the leg spin. I think the only weak link they had in their bowling was that fifth bowler. So Nawaz went for plenty, and Iftikhar I think bowled one over to cover up for that. So that's their only weak spot that you can really target. Other than that, bowling is looking goodly.
Hmm. I
No, I
think
mean,
they're
even
going
in the
in with
series against
four fast
England,
bowlers, no? In the squad, they have four fast bowlers, no? Hasnain,
In
Mohammad
the
Wasim, Shaheen
squad,
Shah,
yes.
Haris Rauf.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, I think so. I think so. I'll have to
hmm.
check their squad.
And Naseem Shah. Sorry.
And Nasim. So
Sorry,
five.
And
one
that
second.
team, right? Five.
Five
Five.
first. Right.
Yeah.
Mohammad Wasim, Hasnain,
Ju-
Shaheen Shah, Naseem, and Mohammad Wasim. Right. Five fast bowlers. And we are going in with two, three.
Yeah, I don't know what is the latest. Again, one more back injury. Deepak Chahar.
And they bring in a spin
Yeah.
bowling all rounder in his place.
No, but that I understand. That spin bowling all rounder for this series, I understand.
Yeah.
Maybe they are trying to because see they are lacking all rounders. We saw in that first ODI
Hmm.
also. I think they fell short by an all rounder. Maybe they have more faith in
Hmm.
Washington than they have in Shabazz. So they're like, okay,
True.
let's go in with that, and then he can bat lower down the order. So I can understand for this. It's not going to be a change like that for the Indian team, but I'm now
True.
worried. I don't know. Rahul Rawat can tell us what is the status of Deepak Chahar's injury because one thing we've seen, he's also very delicate in that sense. He is injury prone. So he bowls really well, but then he has to take a lot of breaks. He took break in Zimbabwe also, I think. So a bit injury prone. So what is his status? Is it just precautionary that they're trying not to bowl him? What is it?
Uh, See, you said that he's a little injury prone, and that's not. It's not the first time that something like this has happened. Throughout
Yeah.
his career, he's been very unfortunate with injuries. He's already, of course, as we know, that he's already moved to NCA in Bangalore, and he complained of stiffness in the back and consulted with the physios there, and they didn't want to take chance because he had to miss out. Quite a lot of cricket this year, close to 4 or 5 months. So they didn't, and he also didn't want to take any chance. So he consulted them. They said, take some rest, move to NCA for a while, and let's see how things pan out from there. Hopefully, he should be back. It's not something because earlier we thought that it would be. In fact, we were told that there was an ankle that he had twisted his ankle, but fortunately, that hasn't happened. Now, I can't say whether what is better, a stiff back is better or a twisted ankle is better in this case. But hopefully, he should be fine. And I think Shami, uh, there is no specific date as to when these reserve players have to leave. But I think in
Why
next
not? I
few
want
days.
to ask you that. Why not send the reserve players there? Like, so what I was hearing from the who's the expert that they've got, the biomechanics expert, his interview or the
Soham Desai.
Soham, correct, Soham Desai. Yeah, so I was reading his interview where he said that we felt that sometime we've been rushed into tournaments. We have felt that previously, I know ICC tournaments, the Indian team had been rushed into. So this time they decided, let's go well in advance. Let's not rush into a tournament, and let's not just after one series just directly play a major tournament. So let's condition them so they can work on their specific needs, their specific muscle, specific things that they want to work on. That's the plan that Indian team has decided to go with. That's why they went to Australia. I'm saying fine, that is a plan, and we'll find out how much this plan works. But why not the same plan for a Deepak Chahar also or a Mohammad Shami also? Take them there. They're going to go there, right? Anyway, why not?
You never know. You have a point. You have a valid point. See, you have 14 players. I know there's a huge entourage of support staff, 16 members there. But maybe one of the reasons why they don't want to burden their support staff too much. They don't have too many masseurs or physios over there. So they have to take care of the people who are already there in
16
Australia
is
with
also not
the.
enough.
Sorry? No,
16
16,
is
but
also.
see, in 16 you have Molin also. Molin will not give a massage to say a Shami or a,
No,
but he has a
but
different
still,
role.
16 people are saying so many. I understand each is doing some different role, but people are saying imagine more support staff members. So from the days where you hardly had one or two guys go there and everyone had to multitask, to now where you
Yeah.
got 16 specialists. I mean, I'm sure it can be looked after. Why don't you
No,
take local
see,
help,
if he
like
need,
local net bowlers? Why can't you take local guys from there, give you massages and various other things?
no,
There's
net
five
bowlers.
enough.
See, as it
Just
is, you are taking a lot of net bowlers tomorrow. If need be, maybe some of these net bowlers might be used as, if it was to take just rest. I still understand. They could have actually flown in with the team, but then they have to be monitored in case of Shami. I don't know. See, for Shami, I still understand, Nikhil, because Shami didn't have an issue with the, with an injury. He wasn't recuperating from an injury. He was being tested, monitored. So that could have done there also in Australia. With Shami, I still understand. Maybe with the rest of the support staff, they don't want to burden them too much with so many injured players being flown in with the team. So that's the only issue. Shami, I still believe. I think Shami should leave in next few days, maybe because I don't know what exactly they are monitoring. He must be there at the NCA for say close to a week now, 5-7 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
And will Chahar also be leaving? I mean, sooner or later. I mean, nothing to
Yeah,
worry as.
See, earlier they were both supposed to leave together. Now, in fact, if I'm not wrong, if I spoke to a few people and I was told that Chehar himself had asked the team management or the people, the decision makers, to include him in this one-day series because he wanted to play. He hasn't played too much of cricket. Also, one game he would play. He traveled to Asia. This is the worry that I have with this. With a lot of players, they are traveling with the Indian team throughout the year. They are traveling with the Indian team, but they don't get to play cricket. So, and when the opportunity comes, they are judged on the basis of one or two, three performances. So, might as well let them play domestic cricket. There's so much of cricket happening. You have India A tours. You had the Leap Trophy. You had New Zealand A team here. So, at times I feel these players miss out on a lot of cricket. And now that the opportunity came to play an ODI series where your A listers, were not available. So Deepak Chair volunteered that I would want to play, and he got an opportunity. Unfortunately, he couldn't play a single game here. Now he's ruled out.
No, chalo, that's good news that he's going to be traveling, and also it is
Hopefully.
not. Hopefully, there's still a doubt.
No, I'm saying hopefully. You never know with these fast bowlers. I don't know what is this a curse of back injury or what. Everybody is dropping
Where
down.
is where is Umran? He was supposed to go as net bowler. Has he left with the team? Because I know that Mukesh Chaudhary has gone with the team as a net
Chetan
bowler.
Sakaria.
Chetan Sakaria has gone because you needed left armers, because you knew that Harshdeep was not going to be fit or not going to be bowling. Or in the sense, he has stiff back, so he's not going to be bowling too much in the net. So you need someone to replace him.
Hmm. Today they had a warm-up session or a game behind closed doors, because I saw a few pictures, by the way, interesting pictures, from Australia, in Perth, where the Indian team had a closed door session. Even the gates through which you could have seen the team, practicing, they were covered with black cloths, huge black cloths. So those were the kind of pictures that I saw. In fact, some of the Australian friends from the media, they shared those images. It was pretty interesting. There's a secret weapon is being manufactured there.
Wow, Shane, you must use those pictures on Sports Today if you
Yeah,
can source.
we'll get this. We can find those pictures. Definitely putting them up.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you asked about
What is
Imran.
the
So I
secret
don't know.
mission?
I don't know. So because you asked Imran suddenly.
Imran.
Umran, rather. So I don't know if Umran was present there or not. Has he traveled? I'm not too sure if he has already left or he's already there. Had those those cloths not been placed, maybe we could have had a view as to who the players were there training with the Indian team.
Maybe they're working on some new line and lengths, the Indian bowlers. They don't want batsmen to know, because what is happening with Harshal Patel is that everyone has figured out what he does. So maybe coming up with new plans that nobody can see. And maybe
Or
that's
maybe
why.
everybody, or maybe everybody is getting a massage and they don't want those visuals to come out.
Yeah. Before we start panicking a bit more with so many injuries, we start panicking.
And back injuries are there.
Back. I mean, what is the problem with back? I mean, I should be the last person saying, since I just
Exactly.
back, but I'm not a professional sports person now, so, and I don't have to be that extremely fit. But these guys, I mean, so many. So Bumrah out because of back injury. Deepak Huda had a back injury, has come back. Arshdeep has a sore back. Deepak Chahar now because of back. So I think they're getting good mattresses to sleep on, because that can, I don't know what.
Hardik Pandya suffered a back injury. Bhuvi has had issues with a lot of other body parts also, including back.
Yes.
And who else? Who's the any other fast bowler who's traveling?
Not fast bowler. KL Rahul had hernia thing, so not so much.
Yeah,
Shami
Sports
had
hernia.
sports hernia, yeah. Then I think who else? Virat had. Virat is usually very fit. Had back
Virat
spasm
back
in
spasm.
one
Yes.
test match, if you remember. So back is, I've got your back. That's not happening.
Bend that back like the Indians, huh? Not like Beckham.
It's not happening. Not too many injuries. By the way, New Zealand also performance today. I was watching the match. Left a lot to be desired. The batting is a bit tricky. Playing in
There
Mumbai.
are at least 3 teams now whose captains aren't really pulling their weight with the bat.
Williamson got 30 odd today.
Yeah, of 30, he got 36 or 35 balls. I mean,
yeah, but but I guess maybe the entire batting was like that, and later I think Chapman is the only one who got some runs.
Exactly.
You're talking about these captains. I saw a tweet by Robin Uthappa. It was very interesting. I don't know if you guys saw it, where he was asked to pick. There was some tweet that said that who will be a surprising X factor, like a batsman who will surprise a lot of people with his performance in this World Cup. Not the usual suspect, but anyone who's under the radar but you think will surprise, like that kind of a player. He picked Rahul Rawat's favorite, Themba Bavuma. Yes.
Very interesting.
See, I'll tell you, with these kind of, when people actually come up with options like these, what usually happens is, if it doesn't go as you predicted, if it doesn't come out like that, nobody is going to care about it. But if it does come off, which is Robin Uthappa, he picked
Hmm.
Temba Bavuma, and
Yes,
completely out of
yes.
form, Temba
Yeah.
Bavuma. But you never know. There is something in that batsman. To be very honest, he's a very gritty batsman. I don't know
But
what has happened.
In Test cricket, have you seen some sort of a X factor in white ball cricket? Test cricket, I agree. I think he played a stellar role in South Africa winning against India. It
Yes,
was one. I
yes.
think the three batsmen that
I
were
think
responsible:
three.
Dean Elgar, him, and
Yes.
Peterson. They were the
Correct.
three standout batsmen in that
I think
series.
he scored around 350s, three back-to-back
Yes,
50s
yes,
uh,
yeah,
in that test series against India.
yeah.
So yeah, you can say it, but you never know.
White
Maybe
ball cricket,
those.
I've not seen that kind of an impact, especially in T20, where he has to be a very attacking batsman. Unless, see, one other thing is, unless a lot of people are saying that, and I think that is what will help Pakistan. And I'd love to know both your thoughts because we've seen them. See, we keep talking about T20 cricket has changed a lot of runs, 200 runs. But when you play a World Cup now, when you play a very important series like a triangular World Cup, you usually have a lot of pressure, so you get low scoring games because of the
Hmm.
pressure involved. So it could be like 170s, 175s could be those winning total and not necessarily. And in that scenario, I think teams with better bowling attack tend to do well because batsmen, everyone will have one or two guys who will click and get you a big run. So, and if you look at the bowling, and I think I was seeing a lot of chatter on social media. I don't know what you guys think. That looking at the bowling, of course, Pakistan has an issue with their middle order, and India has an issue with their bowling. But looking at how the two teams are performing, many are picking Pakistan going as slight favorites in that game against India on 23rd. What do you make?
Shane, you go first.
I mean, it's not the worst thought in the world. Even last time, if you look at it, 2021, what was the key deciding factor to that match actually ending the way it did? It was when Shaheen Shah Afridi dismissed both KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, got them out early, broke the back of the batting early on, and after that, even with Kohli's 50, once Babar and Rizwan got going, then it didn't really matter how many runs you had on the board. And the thing with Pakistan is also worth noting, even though in the recent T20 series they had against England, there were a couple of low-scoring matches where their bowlers really got them out of trouble. It looked like they were certain to lose the match, and then the bowlers just turned the game on their head. So it's very, very possible that they could be dark horses.
See, T20, we know the kind of format it is. Any team can upset even a Bangladesh, West Indies, or any team can upset even India or Pakistan. Now, with
Like
Pakistan,
Pakistan
we know,
upset India yesterday in the women's game.
yeah,
Pakistan
yeah,
upset India.
in the Women's Asia Cup. So, and we all know that I think in Australia, you will need teams with power. You will need players who are power hitters to clear those big boundaries. Even if because and you will need intelligent cricketers because those big grounds you may not get boundaries. You may not be able to score those big hits and sixes. So there you will need to use the gaps, convert those ones into twos, twos into threes in Australia. Now I come to Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Mohammad Rizwan, it seems that he's playing. He's on a different level these days, but
Today
he
was in
also has a problem.
otherwise you're
But
right.
he also has a problem. Any intelligent team, can actually work that out. He is not as fluent on the offside as he is on the onside. So, with a bit of extra bounce, uh, you never know. Mohammad Rizwan may also have a few chinks in his armor, and teams will need to exploit. And these are the tournaments when, especially when you are traveling to foreign countries and foreign conditions. So, maybe somebody like like Asif Ali, who hits, say, how many 130 odd sixes during practice sessions. Maybe somebody like Asif Ali could be the X factor for them, but not Mohammad Rizwan or Babar Azam.
Babar.
If they are too dependent on that, just two batsmen, you will not win a team sport, a competition that involves teams with just one or two players. So that's been the case always, I feel.
I think it's a very close encounter, very tough to call. One thing that India had over Pakistan was, they had a psychological edge. I think that has now gone after the last T20, then the Asia Cup. The psychological edge has gone. Now teams start at an even level. Even if you look at both teams evenly matched, like India's have death bowling problem. I think Pakistan has a problem with the middle order. Today they kind of rectified it, and I think I've seen this in 2 or 3 matches. I think it's a good idea to send a bowling all-rounder up. It worked with Nawaz in the match against India. Today it worked with Shadab. They sent him up. I think he's the one who changed the game. So because they lost Rizwan early, then
Right.
Shadab is the one who changed the game with a quick fire, knock. And I think this is the one way that they can kind of cover up their, a lower middle order or the middle order problem
Middle
that they
order,
have.
right?
Yeah, middle order problem that they have. What I think in terms of the rest of the batsmen today, Heather, I mean, see, again, they almost got caught. Once Shadab got out, they almost got caught with that issue where, they could have lost the game. It became close. That's another thing that 1 or 2 over they got run. I think Heather hit a 6 and then
Mm-hmm.
a few going. So that problem is there with them. Shaheen Shah Afridi coming will of course strengthen their team. So close game,
But
I think.
but Pakistan have not been brave enough to experiment. I know India, for the last 1 year, ever since that last T20 World Cup got over, they've been experimenting with their batting order. A lot of their players have rested, but unfortunately, Pakistan has not been brave enough. They should have given these middle order batsmen some opportunities to play. Maybe up in the batting order. They could have also gotten some confidence with the bat. And Mohammad Nawaz has won you games with the bat. Shadab has won you games with the bat. I understand these are utility cricketers, but if they have to win, their middle order has to contribute, and for that to happen, they need to have some confidence, and that confidence will only come if people praise them. Now, why will people praise them? People will praise them if they have performances. How will they get performances? If they get some match time. Unfortunately, majority of the deliveries, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan consume. I'm not saying, when I say consume, is not as in they are also winning matches for the team, but at times you have to take some risk. India, Dinesh Karthik, for example, we have been saying that Dinesh Karthik hardly gets to play any balls in the match, and but when that opportunity came, they, in that inconsequential last dead rubber, they promoted him, and he got 46 of 21 deliveries. At least he'll have some confidence going into that into a match, or any match. So that is where they've not been able to take risks, and I think they should have. Although never judge in T20 World Cup, especially never judge a team who's been performing or not performing leading into the World Cup. Last time, I don't think Australia was doing too great
Very bad.
before the World Cup.
Very poor
They
performances.
were
They in
fairly
fact,
unfancied.
no, they in fact had poor performances in their official warm-up games also. They didn't have a great time. But once the
But
tournament came,
with Australia, Nikhil, you just cannot rule them out when it comes to a world event. That is, I think
yeah,
they are one team. Australians, they are one team. You just cannot rule them out.
I remember 2011 50 over World Cup which India won. That Australian team also was going through a downslide in the sense, they had lost a lot of their crucial players, weren't in great form. So when the match started, if you technically looked at both teams, it was clearly India, the team in form with better players, everything. Australia, but you knew that once it's a knockout stage and it's Australia that you're facing, it's
Yes,
not going to be
yes,
easy. And they made it very
yes.
tough. It was a close game, and that was a weaker and comparatively weaker Australian team compared to the Australian team that we had gotten so used to in the early
Correct.
2000s or late 90s. So
True,
it was.
true.
Yeah, I agree. In big tournaments, you can never count Australia out. They'll always be contenders. Now, what happens in the ODI tomorrow? You lost that game, the first one. I know the auditions are happening. Would you make any changes to that? Does Washington come in straight? No, I don't think he'll be available for this game because they've just announced him. So tomorrow is the game. I wonder whether he'll make it. He
You
could.
never know. Usually,
And
announcements they come later.
You're right.
Right.
So, although I'm not sure if Washington Sundar has reached or joined the team in Ranchi, I'm not too sure. I think the bigger concern is, or the big concern is weather. And if the match does happen, I think they will need somebody. They need an extra bowler. They need an
Yeah.
extra bowler. Although I
And a
still
lower
feel that
middle order batsman. And a
True.
lower middle order
uh,
batsman.
and a
Everyone is
lower
a
middle
top
order
order batsman. Yeah.
and a lower middle order because your batting almost ended at number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that too, your number 6 was a top order batsman. I'm saying
Correct.
Sanju should bat slightly
Yes.
higher up. Get a guy who's used to playing there, whether a Patidar or a Tripathi or whoever you go with, or a Washington / Shabazz, whoever you go with. I think would be a better option. I don't know. Shardul's doing well with the bat, so that cushion you have. He did well. He did well with the ball also.
Yes, Shardul is there, and Washington a sixth bowling option, and as you said, a lower order batsman, Washington Sundar. Let's see how long does he last, Washington Sundar. Actually, if he had been doing or if he would have been available, by the way, injury free, he actually could have been part of this T20 World Cup squad.
True. Ahead of
Yeah.
Akshar Patel.
Yeah. The Akshar is doing well, yeah, and you needed a
No,
left
of
arm.
course,
No,
he's doing
uh-huh.
fairly well.
If
But
you
I think
Maybe
maybe
Ashwin.
Ashwin.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because an
Ashwin, see,
off-spinner.
Quite possible.
you would remember, Nikhil, you would remember last T20 World Cup also, uh, you know, Washington Sundar got quite a number of games. In fact, he had become a regular feature in that Indian team. And I remember Virat was once asked about Ashwin during that time, and he was asked, is it the end of the road for Ashwin as far as T20s or T20 World Cup is concerned? So Virat had responded at that time that there has to be a huge Washington Sundar will have to go through a huge slump in form if Ashwin has to get back into the team. And as it happened, Washington Sundar got himself injured. Ashwin came into the team.
Yeah.
Although there were other players also who missed out, who should have been part of that T20 World Cup squad last year. But Washington Sundar, he is actually a utility player, gives you those good power play overs and can bowl in the death also.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
if he's available for the game tomorrow, I would want to see him. Also, because
Yeah.
you never know. See, I tell you what, with the amount of injuries that India is having and the kind of backups they are needing because of so many back injuries, you always want to keep somebody. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that is the thought process behind the team also, thinking that, listen, we're having a few injury, we don't have too many spinning backups. And so let's see him, let's see how match fit he is, let him play. So if he's available, I would want to, I'm not saying draft him into the team, but I'm saying I want to see him, how fit he is. So
But
you have
why
an idea.
not?
Yeah.
I'm saying, why not if he's available? If he's
Yeah,
available,
exactly.
fit, because I
Yeah.
don't think in this case you're going to do any injustice to anybody.
Yeah. Because you'll have to drop who goes out then. You have to remove one batsman. I think Ruturaj, maybe that guy would go
Ruturaj
out.
would
I
be the
guess.
easiest one to remove.
Who else will you take out? There's Ishan, there's Ruturaj.
Unlikely, unlikely. I think unlikely. India might just go unchanged.
Yeah, because both Ruturaj and Ishan also haven't played a lot in recent times. So
yeah. No, but your balance then doesn't come. I mean, are you going to be looking at this match as in just to give opportunity, or do you really want to win the game? So then you need to get the balance right, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Nikhil, you also have to understand that Shikhar Dhawan is the captain, irrespective of whatever people outside may say that this is a B string team, C string team, second string team. Shikhar Dhawan is the captain of this team. He would want to win this with this match or the series as a captain. VVS Lakshman is the coach. I don't think VVS Lakshman as a coach has lost any of the series so far that he's been part of. He hasn't lost a single series. VVS Lakshman would want. So I am sure whatever resources they have, they will go in with the best available resources, best balance. Maybe then I think it may be unlikely that India would go change their combination from the last game.
If they don't change that combination, the other thing is also, why would you want to give South Africa too much confidence there in your group? So give them a few losses, they go battered and bruised, so you will be facing them. So that'd be one thing. If they want to, okay, fine, I understand, okay, you're not want to go to the sixth bowler, you want a batting cushion. And if that is a combination, then I would still bring a Rahul Tripathi in because he's used to batting in that position, that low, middle order or maybe lower. So bring him in for a top order batsman. You got too many. So whether then you take, I don't know, between Shubman, Ruturaj, Ishan, whoever you look at, coming out and filling that slot, you'll have to bring him in. I think that would be one option.
No, you have a point, but you have a point. In fact, a valid point. But I think the problem is they would say Sanju did fairly well. 86 runs, not out. Why should we change the combination? Why should we get in Rahul Tripathi when Sanju in the last game already did well?
No, but you lost the match. The top order didn't perform.
I understand. I understand. You lost the game. Why? Because of the top order, or you didn't have anybody
many
in
reasons.
your order?
Many reasons. You
Poor
lost
fielding.
the game. No. So you lost the game because you were 50 for 4 in 18 overs. So your top order, consumed 50% of the match with just getting about 20% of the runs and losing almost half the side. So that is where you lost. Your poor fielding. South Africa were outstanding. You were very bad. And to an extent, as I said, that 39th over, if I'm going to look at all factors, bit better game awareness in the 39th over, they could still have given you a winning result in that game. You lost by 9. So multiple factors. Maybe you're right. They say that, okay, 9 runs, not too much of a thing. Why do we need to panic so much? And all these guys have been with the team. They need a little more chances. So you play with that.
And all these players that we are talking about, in fact, who played the last game, they hardly get to play international cricket.
True.
Now there comes an opportunity when they've just played one game, and maybe we are judging them on the basis of just one loss or one performance. Shubman Gill, Shikhar Dhawan, at least lately we haven't played too many ODIs. Shubman Gill and Shikhar Dhawan, whenever there's an ODI, they do get an opportunity here and then. Ruturaj, you don't see him that often. Then Ishan Kishan, you don't see him that often. Shreyas Iyer, you don't see him that often. Sanju Samson, you don't see him that often. Then who came in at 6?
Sanju was at 6-9.
Sanju came in at 6.
So
all these, Shardul, Siraj, who are the spinners? Ravi Bishnoi, Kuldeep Yadav. So they just got one opportunity. I don't think they'll be judged. I would expect the same squad, the same 11 for the next game.
Quite possible. Shane, you expecting any changes?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, on one hand, you can say that maybe bring in a Washi because, of course, he would add more to the team balance. But again, as we were pointing out, a lot of these players actually haven't been playing a lot of international cricket. So it doesn't make it would be very harsh to drop any one of them and just to try and get team balance. So I think maybe not for this match, and probably if they win this match, then I think you might just see an unchanged 11 in all 3 matches. Who knows?
Okay, then. Think we can wrap it up tomorrow. What time are we live? Game starts at 1:30. Toss at 1.
So 12:45.
Officially, the match starts. What is the weather report, by the way? Have you checked the weather?
No, we're missing Siddharth here. He would have by now. Shane doesn't do it.
By the way, he got his weather forecast wrong, huh? He's in Bastar.
But at least you were giving you a forecast. Whether right or
giving
wrong.
us a forecast. Yeah, that is what matters.
Yes. We'll check.
So 1:30 match starts.
1:30. So we'll be here, at 12:45. 12:45. We'll be live on Sports Today. Subscribe to it if you haven't already. Have a good evening. Good Saturday night. See you tomorrow. Sunday, maybe holiday for you.
Nikhil is already ready
for my Saturday
evening.
Yes, huh? I am. So, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope that Sunday, wake up late and with your cup of coffee, chai, whatever you got, join us.
Can't afford to get up late. You people can. I can't.
We can't.
No, because I'm telling the viewers, for them, they have to get up late, take a chai, and then just come on to Sports Today. Watch, enjoy the conversation, and then the full match to watch, full Sunday sorted. What else do you want? Unless you want to watch the Tri-Series in New Zealand and get up early and watch that.
Yes.
Double dose of it. Bye-bye. See you. Vanakkam. As Siddharth is not, I'll say Vanakkam. He's in the jungles of where has he gone?
Bastar.
Bastar in Chhattisgarh, na, that is. My God. I hope he's safe. I know. I hope he comes
No,
back.
I hope people around him are
Around them are
safe.
safe.
Uh-huh.
I hope the people of Bastar are safe.
People of Bastar are safe.
Okay, bye bye. See you. Vanakkam.
Bye.